I saw one of those the other day.
Yeah, stay away from those. We don't have the weaponry to fight those things.
Seriously? I didn't really. I thought it was like a dragonfly from.
Yeah, no. They have a hive, big ass hive somewhere down the river.
Is that going to be a problem?
As long as we don't have to go that far out.
Yeah, we'll just mark that as a no go zone for now, I guess, for our people. Anyways, I'm gonna go downstairs and tell people, we can't just like sit around.
No,
we need to like actively search for stuff. So I'll go head down there. Unless you want.
I know we need a vehicle or something on the other side of the river, so we can do some scavenging on that side
During the day.
Yes.
That'd be good. We could leave it at our dock
down
point.
the river or down the country, down the road a ways. There's the Fort North Farms. And I'm sure there's probably lots of crops out there.
Right.
We can scavenge.
I know there's also some farms out in past the Williams area or that way down the Applegate. I know there's a lot of farms out there. That Pennington farm place we could go. And there's plenty of
This
black.
one's closer for right now, We want
But it's on the
veggies.
danger side. All right, I'll go tell them to maybe we'll mount up and.
Well, I'm just looking.
No problem, man. Got to keep all options open. He heads down that way. Back to you guys.
What's up, Sam? Just to update you, Lily came in. She spoke very clearly. Partial lizard.
Who's Lily?
One of the children, like a very small child. The 3-year-old Sam. The little girl.
Oh,
Didn't you spend a lot of
the
time
little
with
blonde
the
girl.
kids? Yeah. Why don't you know their names by now, Sam?
Amber was really hanging out with children, but okay, the blonde girl. She speaks good. What do you mean she was speaking?
I mean, like
very clearly.
Like clearly in a way that kids that age usually don't speak, and she blinked with lizard eyes.
Her eyes, you know how a lizard blinks with the second eyelid?
The electric Mandarin.
Thank you.
What?
And her eyes are violet.
They're like closed and they were like glazed over, like she was blind or
Did she get bit by one of those things? Is she like?
No.
No, that's something else. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry, Sam.
You're telling me that some kid has like reptile eyes, and I'm not supposed to worry about that?
I'm gonna point at Jaden with the wings.
I have wings and you're not worried about me.
Right, I forgot about the wings. Yeah.
Sam.
It's like
Developing dragon eyes doesn't really compare. Well, for now, doesn't compare to wings.
dragon eyes? Really?
Really?
Dragons aren't real.
Sam,
What?
does anything that we've seen so far look like it could be real?
Sam just like
I'm real.
he's like, oh god.
There's fairies, and you're seeing dragons.
You gotta like look at that like his face is like he's breaking. Like he's just like
I'm gonna go.
fairies and dragons and fucking dinosaurs and aliens and
There's
all these
dinosaurs?
things.
I'm gonna go get Amber.
That's what CJ said.
I'm gonna go get Amber.
I've
Colorado.
always wanted a dinosaur.
Karen,
Yeah.
can you watch him? I'm gonna go get Amber and calm him down, okay?
I mean, I guess.
He's like,
Oh no,
I
I
just-
got this.
Like right now.
this is wrong percentile dice.
32.
32. So you cast the spell Calm on him, and he immediately calms down. You can see in his head, though, that his mind is racing, that he's still thinking of all these thoughts, but he's much calmer, and he's just like,
You feel better?
yes,
Okay, good.
Thank
you can't
you.
freak out like that, or else you're gonna die.
sorry.
It's okay.
Out of character. He's like,
Could die.
Oh no, he'll definitely
Sam.
die.
I like grab his like arms and I Calm down.
I'm good.
Real
I'm
quick.
calm. She casts like
She's
a
calm,
mumbo jumbo.
But I can see your brain moving.
Well, I'm like,
Oh, no,
how
that's
are
me.
you guys so calm about this? Like,
I'm a fairy.
he sits down in the seat and he's just like, I just don't understand how you guys are so calm.
I mean,
We just had a life-changing, paradigm-changing thing happen to us, and everybody is just looking at me like I'm the crazy one for not freaking out, or for freaking
Well, I got
out.
my freak out early on.
I'm saving mine for later because right now there's a lot of stuff we need to deal with. So it's not really going to help for me to panic right now because there's an anchor issue with the veil, something, and
What? A veil?
And Sam.
What's the veil?
It's what Lily's.
Magical protective circle around the road valley. Something's disturbing it. If it goes out, we're screwed.
Like that weird thing that
We
that
turned
Sasha
squishy.
did. Like that weird circle that she did.
Yes, but
But it's
much
all
bigger.
around the entire valley.
Yes.
Most of it, at least.
It's powered by those ley lines up there.
The blue lines.
Yes,
he
the
said
blue
smart.
Okay. Okay.
So it seems like that's probably the thing we're going to work on today.
The veil. Well, I was just talking to CJ,
Mm-hmm.
and we don't even have a vehicle. Like we have to get vehicles so that we can do long range search and scouts.
Yeah.
Vehicles?
Vehicles, weapons, armor.
Now,
And those things, do you think that there are vehicles? Because when did a whole bunch of time passed? Wasn't it 80 years without civilization, and then we jumped out of the bubble?
Oh,
Does
no,
anyone remember the
300.
timeline?
It's been about 300-ish years.
Since people were doing stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
we found that hover police car yesterday,
Okay.
or the day before yesterday,
Okay.
and it was in better condition than most of the junk around here.
Okay.
I mean,
That's
they even
helpful.
flew it and crashed it.
Great.
I mean, we gotta fix that, right? We still gotta fix that.
I mean, it's worth a shot to try to fix it.
It reminds me, I was on the bleachers of the fairgrounds. The roof got blown off, but I got high enough where I could see, and I thought I saw some kind of like military vehicle in like the hospital grounds, the parking lot there. It looked like we call it an MREP when I was in the service.
Okay.
There's a random dog. You hear that dog? That's some good eating.
Okay. Maybe let's get everyone together and see. I don't know. Come up with a plan of what we want to do. I guess everyone's mostly here. Just if someone could get CJ.
He, yeah. I don't know where he is. I mean, we could all kind of get out of this place.
I guess.
It's
mean,
a
we
little
just-
stuffy in here.
We're gonna spend the whole night in here.
Okay.
It's fresh air outside, sunny, beautiful.
Yeah. Let's go.
So he follows you guys up.
CJ. Just to catch you up. Lily, part lizard, spoke clearly. Veil issues, anchor problem, things
Is
are
this some
not
kind of
good.
riddle?
Well,
Riddle me this. Riddle me that.
Lily channeled a little bit of Nakara. Nakara said something wrong with the veil. Said one of the answers was
Seems like who is Nakara?
Ooh,
Don't ask.
there's a lot of end names. And then they said something about Nixla. Who's Nixla?
What the hell's going on?
well, let me explain. Lily came in and her eyes were glazed over and they were purplish color and she spoke clearly. Like, you know how she talks?
Yes,
But she talked like a baby. She was speaking very clearly.
gotcha.
And she told us about the veil and Nixla, and then she went back to normal.
Well, there is something wrong with the veil. Seen that while I was up here.
What did you see?
You saw a veil too?
I will be right back. You guys keep role playing.
Very much. Very much.
What did you see?
Night,
Night,
Like,
but it's daytime out there.
yeah, it's
when
like,
the veil opened up, you can see nighttime on the inside. Remember, it moves faster on the outside than it does.
That doesn't make sense.
okay, so the veil is something protecting us. It's keeping us at a slower pace as well.
Pretty much.
So
Alright, so if we're
I
getting
know,
a message.
I know exactly where
And
it
this
was
one
going off.
makes sense.
It's Gold Hill,
Gold Hill.
you know, the haunted house.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nexus.
So
Haven't you ever wondered why the water goes upstream, up the hill instead of down?
Well, Sam said he saw a military vehicle at the hospital.
Yeah, that's what he was saying.
well, how would we get back over then?
Over where?
I don't know.
The suggestion going around is that we do that next, is go to the hospital and get at least a vehicle, or if there's multiple vehicles, since we don't really have a way to get around very quickly. Does everyone feel like that is the next step,
We
or?
would have to get vehicles for on both sides or find a way to cross the river with a vehicle.
I mean, if we can find a hovercraft, that should be able to cross the river just fine.
Yeah.
I'm the delivery boy.
Oh, turn it down.
Uh-oh.
Why did the no advertising?
Yeah, you can't see what I'm here with. There's no names on this. I'm gonna pass that around the table. Thanks.
What's mine? Or it's everybody's good.
Whoa, dude.
Shall we take a break?
Should we could take a break if we wanted to, or we could eat and play. I don't care. I saw on
I
another.
think it'd be kind of rude to be eating that screen.
I saw on another show that they ate while they gamed, and they drank.
Pizza we found.
They made mixed drinks of all kinds. They had somebody doing it. It works.
Sorry.
Would you like some of this one?
Sure.
There we go. You guys are
So,
laughable.
real quick, show of hands, who wants to keep playing?
Okay, we're gonna keep playing.
Thank you.
Okay, so.
So,
But we do need to find some fresh supplies.
yeah. And the hospital might have something helpful.
Well, hopefully they'll have that military vehicle there. Maybe a few. And medical supplies. That would be nice.
One would be good for now.
For now.
We don't want to keep people split up yet, but definitely supplies.
So let's go.
Yeah.
Ooh, it'll be like an
Sure,
adventure.
I'll go gear up.
All right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Send it out. I'll gear it too.
Yeah, and stuff.
The rest can just hold the fort down. All right. So you guys take your about.
So those who know about medical supplies, somebody should go with. And somebody.
Sam raises his hand.
And somebody needs mechanic wise and stuff, knowledge wise to at least get something started on the vehicle. It's not a deal. Okay.
All right. Let's do this. You take about 30 minutes, and then everybody's ready. The rest of the camp was informed by Sam that you guys are going out, and to set a watch if anything happens. Just basically lock himself in the bunker, and nobody should be able to get in there. It's a short walk over to the hospital, only about 10 minutes. You guys get to 199, and you have a better view of the hospital. And it's actually now a hospital complex. There's multiple buildings now, and looks like there's some sort of parking structure.
Nice. Yellow went with it.
So, everybody here? Jeffrey, Karen, Jaden, Jay, Nynaeve, you, and the NPC Sam.
It was a parking structure, so that'd be a good place to scope out some vehicles, maybe.
Could go to a dealership.
I think we should stick together. I'm
Definitely.
really I'm paranoid about half of us. I mean, I've got military training. I know you have some kind of wilderness training
But I've got
and some hunting, right?
hunting. I did a lot of paintballing here, so I'm doing. I know it's not the same, but it's still practice.
Right. Your life is on the
military
line.
does the same thing. They use BBs.
Well,
But whatever.
I don't know what the rest of your experience is with weapons and stuff, but I mean, you guys feel comfortable?
I use
splitting
my
it?
head.
Yeah. My dad used to.
So you're like a magical creature.
Me and my dad used to go shooting, and I know how to shoot accurately at least.
But but I was just thinking that we should stay together.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think we should split up. It's,
You
especially
have
with
fair
the
warning.
creatures that we've seen so far.
There's a pretty good odds that there'll be at least some, if not many, inside the building. Probably a few in the parking structure as well.
So
What do you
in the military, we had a buddy system. So I think we should like pick a battle buddy in case we get like cut off from each other. Like people stay in groups of 2.
Mhm.
Like if
We have an odd number, so
I don't know,
a trio.
a trio, maybe
Maybe a leader trio.
we could do a trio. Well, 3 and then 4. That's
Right.
right.
Maybe a couple groups of 2 and a group.
Why don't we keep Jaden and Nynaeve together and count them as one?
Sounds good.
They're both small.
You know, that's a good idea. Because once in a while she gets a little distracted, and I'd be concerned for his welfare.
Right.
Yeah.
Distracted with what?
So
Just
I don't know.
Shiny.
shiny things.
I don't know if that'll work because they both get
Splutter.
distracted.
So who wants to be CJ's battle buddy?
Can I?
Well, you and Jaden are one.
You're already in.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Ooh. All 3 of us.
Sure.
Oh,
I'll
Yeah,
put,
no, I was
I'll put
suggesting
a
that.
leash on her.
It'd be the 2 of them, and then a third person just in case. Because sometimes other stuff gets your attention, so I'd be afraid that you might, in the middle of battle, maybe run off somewhere. So it'd be good to have a third with you, just in case. 'cause
How about
they cover
Jeffrey?
your backs.
Sure, I'm used to it.
All right.
Hey,
And
Nynaeve,
you two
if
want
you
to be
don't run
with
off,
me?
I have 3 M&Ms for you.
What
If
color?
you don't run off for this mission.
But what color?
1 blue, 1 green, 1
Where
red.
did, where did the other one go?
I never know.
Oh, she was eating people.
She was eating some dead bodies.
Alright.
Remember the corpses in the living room?
Oh,
That's my sister. You
That's
gotta
yours.
love her.
Sam, remember you were the one who kept bringing up that we need to clear that space out. So,
you're right.
She's gonna become fat now.
Wow.
Again.
but like she's
Well, at least we
distracted
know where
and the
she's
room's
at.
getting cleaned up. That's 2 different problems being solved right now.
That's a good idea. You know, maybe we should when we get the chance, one of our items we should maybe after she cleans out the bodies and stuff, we can like repair the house itself and use it as our first line of defense and then
Karen.
What?
Would Raelican eat the mushrooms that were on the dead body?
Oh,
yeah.
no!
They were really yummy. And then we saw stars and wavy hands.
Wait, we have
God.
acid shrooms?
Oh god.
Yeah, probably not the ones that we want to eat though.
Wait, what the hell is the
I mean, if they infected a fairy, they'd probably knock us on our
But
ass.
not the ones for humans. For consumption.
And the meat eating fairy just went in there.
Wait,
Probably eat it.
didn't I Eve also say that she
Well,
was
at
gonna
least we know
possess
she
that
won't go
berry?
nowhere.
No, I didn't say anything
We
about
already cut
possessing.
that
I mean, Brady.
Never mind.
We already cut it up.
That bear's drawn and quartered.
She wants to possess a dead body, she'll need to find a new one.
Alright, so CJ, you wanna be A or B leader?
I can eat no matter.
Alright, I'll be A team, you be B team. We'll I guess A team on me or on Karen, do you wanna be the leader?
Wait, what? Why are we 2 leaders?
Well,
We got
of the
two
two different
leaders.
teams.
I thought we were staying together.
Right, but if we get split up,
Yes.
Oh,
or if we enter a building on 2 different entry points after we scout it out wisely, right? You gotta,
Where's that military
Yeah, but
truck?
it's done.
See?
Everybody has that.
it was between the that building there, which I think they called that was the ACO building, and the parking structure.
Should probably get that secured first.
You wanna do that first?
Yes.
Alright. So,
Because I don't want to go in, get a whole bunch of stuff, and like, where do we put it now?
Yeah.
Need a vehicle to put it on.
do you wanna take the lead or?
Sure.
Alright, I guess 18 will cover the rear. Right?
Okay.
Unless you wanna be boss, I'm good. Yes.
Yes, Nene, you can ride my shoulder.
Aw, thank you.
Okay.
I was gonna ask him, but you're okay too.
So, you guys start heading over to the ACO building. You cross the street. You see there's cars destroyed everywhere. Every now and then you do see cars that look like it was destroyed much later than the rest of the vehicles. And the difference between the cars that were destroyed early on and the ones that are destroyed later on are the ones that were destroyed secondary risky. They look like they've been modified, or weapons have been put on them, or weapon mounting, and they look like they're kind of spare parted from other vehicles. Everybody roll a perception with a 20-sided die.
14?
19.
11.
if it's less than 8 for perception, do I go again?
No,
That's just initiative.
just initiative.
10 total.
Okay, 10 total. So, you guys enter between the ACO building and the hospital. There's also a third smaller building. It looks like you say it says administration on the door as you pass by it. Who's got a 15 or higher? Anybody?
15 with bonus.
So, 15 is like you guys see everything first. Basically, you see in the parking lot. There's basically tents everywhere. It looks like FEMA tents, or what you actually see with the 15 or higher. It says NEMA on it.
Nina?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a good chance of these actually being MVC tents.
There's a NEMA symbol, and it said basically there's also FEMA for the camp, but the NEMA is, we think, the organization that is in charge of FEMA. As you enter there, you see rows and rows of body bags on the asphalt, all lined up. You count about 300 body bags just in your initial view.
Everyone or just the 15 and higher people?
Everybody,
Oh,
sorry, everybody sees that. The 15 and higher actually saw the NEMA Which is-
Ramekin would love
Quick question: how much sunlight are we getting?
It's about 11 o'clock in the morning, so you're getting
Pretty
almost
good.
full sunlight.
Okay.
You do hear birds chirping here and there. There's, it sounds like natural wildlife. You can see where
Well,
weeds have grown up between the cracks of the asphalt. Some trees have broken the asphalt. It looks like, nature has begun to reclaim this area.
That's nice.
The words on the tents are faded. They're flapping in the gentle breeze. You see a tattered and torn American flag at half-mast.
So poetic.
So good. You do see, as you round the corner, you see what looks like a military vehicle. It looks like a armored personnel carrier.
Cool.
Great. Hey, check out this vehicle. Is this what?
All right.
It's tracked.
that's right.
It's a half track. Definitely from the future. It looks like
Was it a hover?
it's a half track, as far as you can tell. You can roll a perception again if you'd like.
16.
Sure. You laugh at the hover half track thing, and then you see the back portion of it looks like it has some sort of lift jets. The portion that actually carries the troops itself, it looks like it's like made for doing dual. They track, and then the back portion can come off for reconnaissance or aerial support.
Okay. So very perceivable.
It also looks a little cockeyed though.
I go stand in front of it.
So you walk around the corner and you go right into the front of the truck. So it looks kind of like, it has those flat semi-looking windows that kind of go to the sides a little bit. One of the windows is blown out, and it looks like there was a huge fiery mess on the inside of the cabin. The part that detaches and flies looks like it's cockeyed to the left a little bit. And as you round over to the right side of the vehicle, you can see where it must have had some sort of explosion or hit by a cannon of some sort. This side looks completely obliterated on that side.
What'd you fancy, Jay?
A whole heap of mess.
So the one that will be functional?
Sounds like shit.
I don't think so.
Hey Dave, I'm gonna look around and see if I can see a command tent.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception. Sam's just like, of course the universe isn't gonna
Modified 17.
allow us to find something in good condition on the first hunt.
Well, let's check inside, see if there's anything that's salvageable.
Right, let's do that.
Oh.
You got a 17 on the die. You're looking around.
17 modified.
You look around and you do see there looks like there's a command tent about 150 yards from you.
Okay.
In front of the there's a road there, Ramsey Avenue, I believe it is, and it's basically right on the road. Set up. It looks like it was brought in by trucks and then assembled. It basically almost like a not a motorhome, but a mobile, yeah, a mobile office building.
Hey guys, I see the command building. We should check it out after you finish checking out the truck.
It's not over to see him.
So on the side of the command structure, about 40 yards from it, there's a huge cylinder tower-looking thing that's on the back of a truck. And it says hydrogen. But it's a name mark. It's a play on the word hydrogen.
Sense magic.
So
You're gonna sense magic. Go ahead and roll percentile dice.
I want to see if I can get into the car that looks broken down, just to see if I can check it out. Or see if there's anything in there.
So you walk up into the side. The door is just blown open. There's a hole in the side of this vehicle. You crawl inside.
Be careful.
It's damp in here. You can see where there's cracks in the roofs where rainwater has come down into. There are weird looking plants and those strange mushrooms growing on some old corpses. Really old corpses though. And the mushrooms actually look like they are more shriveled up and dying. And there's nothing really left of the corpses except bones.
Well, we figured out the mushrooms are eating people, which we already
And
know.
these particular ones don't have any glow to them.
But it looks like these bodies are too dead and old, and I kicked the body and just. Anyway,
You take a look in there too, CJ?
Yeah.
You crawl in there. Skeeton Bassett, you see the dried up husks of mushrooms that have just a faint hint of colors. And they're all different colors of like the rainbows, like almost like Skittles. Oops.
People won't eat these skills.
I want to get
That's-
skills pots.
You can see the remnants of weapons. The inside of this truck was pretty much gutted by what you think probably was fire plasma. You find bits and pieces of like a strange metal that is like broken in different pieces, and it just looks like hellfire must have occurred in here. Actually, let me have you roll percentile dice while you're touching some stuff. Just
33.
33! Oh, the number of Nicosa! And you actually developed psychometry, which is object read, and you see basically, in clairvoyance kind of, you actually see and hear the screams and the people burning in the fire as you touch the side of this vehicle. And you just hear, Captain Johnson, wait a minute, wait a minute. And then you and then it comes back to this place. CJ actually, it looks like he tripped and fell over. You wake up. Yeah, you wake up and you've fallen and you're like laying on some of those mushrooms, and your ear is laying on some of it, and you hear this weird like sound, just like screeching in your ear.
I like go up to him and I'm like, hey CJ, you okay? Is your back hurting you or something?
Am I still in it or?
And then roll me. Yeah, you pull you up. So he gets up. Your face is a little numb, and there are 4 of those mushroom things stuck to the side of his face. He doesn't feel it or know that they're there because.
CJ, don't freak out, but I think you
And
have skills.
they start glowing. You start seeing like a weird like glow on the side of your body, like a light. You can't really tell what it is, but you're like looking around. And you take 4 hit points of damage.
I'm just looking at them like,
And yeah, they're glowing to life.
So there's mushrooms on your face. Try not to touch them.
we're in the car.
Oh, never mind. I'm just looking over here.
That's okay. It happens. What are you doing at this point? You
Am
hear.
I like coherent or anything?
You are coherent now. You just got up, and your face feels a little numb.
I keep wanting to like grab it off. Does it?
What?
Do you think?
You hear her sound a little bit panicked as she said, "See, there's mushrooms on your face."
I am.
Are you
Alright,
touching
It
it?
grabs your
Feel it?
attention,
Yeah, I'm gonna walk over there.
and you can look in,
It's a
and you
mushroom.
see
I
him.
don't want to alarm you, but I think it's.
You see these mushrooms on his face, and they're like glowing.
Can you pull it off at all? Does it
I
hurt?
try to pull.
So you can't really see where they're in, but you put your hand on there, and it feels like, you know, really big moles on your face, just really weird because they're kind of clumped together. But like it feels like it's part of you, but I clump. So you grab a hold of one.
Yeah.
How do you take it off? Like just pull it straight off, or do you twist? Yeah.
I don't want you to like rip your skin off because I think
I
it's.
pull and twist a little.
Okay, like a tick.
Yeah.
So you get the base of one of them, and you pull, and let's see, how far close are you to the ley line? You're still good and close. Go ahead and roll me, what's your strength?
13.
13.
So
Go ahead and roll me 2d6 and add the 3.
13.
13. So you pull and you twist, and as you do it, like you have this horrible freaking pain. Like you could say verse pain, so it's one-sided die. You horrible pain. You twist and pull, and you 8. Oh my God! You're able to still pull it off, but it is excruciating because they must have hooked into that nerve in your jaw, and the vagus
So
nerve,
it feels
and
like,
you pull it off.
like an abscess almost.
It feels so bad that it makes you dizzy and nauseous, and you
I go outside.
you actually, as he twists and pulls this off, he pulls a piece of his, like about a half an inch of his skin off
Oh.
and part of the muscle, and
Oh, but
and you get this sharp, like weird feeling in your body well, another save versus pain because it's attached into. Oh, so you fall over.
I got a 3, so I probably pass the fuck out.
Yeah, you can no longer
okay.
stay
So I
conscious.
pretty much fall
I
out.
just-
And you see him kind of throw up on himself as he does this, and you see the little mushroom thing, kind of like it's still connected, and you see its little roots trying to connect back
Okay,
into his
okay.
face.
I am gonna. Does he have a knife? Do you have a knife? Okay, so
So you search his body for a knife.
it searches body for a knife. I'm gonna try to like.
Careful.
Yeah, and while
Um,
she's okay.
What are you doing?
Oh, while she's doing that, I'm gonna just pull out my canteen. I'm just gonna see if this magic well water might help if I just like sprinkle it on there because I don't even know what's going on. This is
Yeah.
gross.
Okay. So you sprinkle about a half an ounce onto his face.
Just to see if it's gonna make it better or.
You get 2 hit points back, as you do see it kind of heal up.
Okay.
But that thing is still like attached to like you swear it's a nerve. You're like, oh my God, that's a nerve. Oh, are you woozy at all with that kind of stuff?
Not woozy. I mean, it's gross, but like.
Okay.
I mean, I'm concerned. My concern for CJ is exceeding my grossed outness.
Okay. Good.
Do I hear this?
You can roll perception.
Oh, I'm gonna take the knife.
You're over with Sam, and Sam is looking in the windows.
14.
14. Yeah, you hear them scream. You hear CJ go ah, and falls over, and then you hear him throw up.
Okay, so I'm gonna grab the mushroom and then like cut it and then throw it as fast as I can over my shoulder.
Okay, so roll a 20-sided die
14.
as you take the knife and you cutting the mushroom, or you just cutting like the nerve that's
I'm like cutting the
the
mushroom.
little tendrils. Okay,
Right.
so you cut into the tendrils and roll a d4 for this knife.
4.
What kind of knife is it?
It's a Cutco.
Cutco.
It's one of the best
Um,
knives out
okay, a d6.
there. It's
then.
serrated.
Actually, we'll do a d4 plus 2.
4+2, so I got a 4+2, 6.
So you do 6 points of damage, and you cut the little mushroom tendrils from it, and his body it just kind of goes back in a little bit, and you got the mushroom, and you throw it,
Ooh, I get it.
Don't.
Roll a 20-sided die. Go ahead. And,
Can I try to like counteract? her?
no, you don't know. She's actually coming in from far away.
6.
You got a 6 to catch. Roll me a 20-sided die. Just I want to see how good you threw it. Okay, so you go to throw it, and Ninete's like right there. She catches it.
Eat it.
Oh shit! And she takes a bite of it. As you take a bite of this mushroom, you hear it screaming in agony as you're biting into its like wonderful marshmallowy taste with like sweet papaya.
Scream louder.
Oh no! And roll a saving throw.
She's basically eating the flesh. Congratulations.
12.
As you consume the very final piece of it, you do. Oh God! Oh, you feel that taste of human flesh in your mouth. Oh, the stuff that Rayleigh can think is so tasty. And you pull that piece out and you throw it on the ground.
No, I go try to put it back on CJ.
Oh. She flies over to
I'm
CJ.
out past
He's
that
unconscious.
anyways.
You see her take this thing out of her mouth and pat it.
Oh.
And you can
Lick it?
see it's the piece of CJ's skin where it has some of his beard on it that the thing pulled out.
Just put it on.
Roll me a perception. 20-sided dice.
I got a 5 on my sense magic.
You're 5%?
Yeah.
Okay. What'd you get?
11.
Okay. So, on your sense magic, you're kind of being blocked out because the ley line is so strong. You like turn to your left and you do like, oh man, there's so much magic energy here that it's impossible to really hone in on certain magical, like individual magical entities. You did get a 5% though, so that's really good. So you believe that there's nothing in the immediate area that is magical besides the ley line. Yeah. So you saw with your 11, you have a +1 to perception, right? So that's a 12.
Sure.
You should at least have a +1.
Where am I seeing that?
You're level
2.
level 2, but level for your ordinary person. You're level 5, right? So you have a +2. So you actually see in that piece of flesh that she's trying to pat back onto him, you see the root of the mushroom.
No. I take that piece and I throw it far away. I'm gonna hope that
Why did you do that?
there's still some mushroom in that. I don't want it on CJ's face.
Oh, really?
27.
Oh.
Did he throw
Where'd
it
you
all
throw
over himself or all over the
I
floor?
don't know.
It's over the side.
Where-
Kind of hit the side of the man.
Oh.
You start coming
That's the
to.
best part.
You still have 3 mushrooms connected to your face.
What? Really?
Yeah, there was 4. Remember?
Oh no, I eat the rest of them.
Oh, so you. So as he gets up, you see then he like comes over and starts chewing on one of the mushrooms. You are in excruciating pain as she is biting into this mushroom.
Just like out of nowhere.
Oh.
So he bats you away as soon as you do that. Your teeth mark are in the marshmallow of the thing when he bats you away.
Ooh.
And he screams like it's like ow! Whack!
Why?
What'd you bite me for?
I bit the mushrooms. There's still mushrooms on your face, and I really, really like the mushrooms. Can I eat the mushrooms, please?
No weather on my face. That hurt.
Can we just chop them off then, and then you can give them to me?
I mean, how?
Do you see this hole in my cheek?
Sam comes
No,
over.
there's mushrooms
What's the commotion, you guys?
Whoa,
What the fuck?
He fell in the truck. I think it might have been his back, but he fell in the truck, and then those mushrooms that were on those dead bodies in the truck attached to his face.
He's holding his end for it. He's just like,
Put that away, please.
oh, I'm not gonna shoot him.
Are you gonna try to shoot the monster shrooms off of his face?
Oh, no.
That's a great idea.
No, it is not. I was joking around.
He throws the gun over his shoulder, pulls his boot knife, and takes a lighter out of his pocket and starts heating the knife up.
Good idea.
I already put one
Oh, oh, you know what I can do?
Nothing.
Sleep.
Oh!
I'm gonna get
You fall asleep and you fall back down.
And then I go,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hand him my first aid kit. It's got forceps, a pretty nice pair, bandages, disinfectant, antibiotics.
He's like, thanks, I have one too, but I mean, I'll use yours, I guess.
I go back to eating mushrooms.
I mean,
How long did your sleep spell last?
I'm a level, what, 2?
Yeah.
So-
So you're out and you're having fucked up dreams of like a zombie eating your face. So Sam's preparing this.
Can I start punching in my sleep?
He takes out of the kit. He takes out one of the morphine punches and he turns it to. He's gonna be in pain when he gets up. I'm gonna have to probably carve off some of that face. Oh Jesus.
This is
So
probably the
did anybody
magic
see how this
generation
thing
water.
attached to him?
yeah.
What's going on? Why is his nerve exposed?
There was one other mushroom,
We
but
call
he
it
tried
one-
to tear it off and it took out a piece of the skin before he fell under and threw up on himself.
Okay.
Threw up.
But sprinkling the well water made it a little better. So maybe after we remove all the mushrooms, we can just like get his face.
Mushrooms are a fungus.
In there, I think these ones are magical.
Yeah, they seem like a little bit more than a fungus.
I mean, it screamed when it came off.
They do scream.
we were in that broken car that we were looking at, and they were on the dead bodies, but they looked a lot more dead than they do now. But
Where's a good neurologist when we need one? So, like, I know, my experience with mushrooms is that they grow a root system, and like, they pop up.
I think if we
Did you
act,
guys see anything like that?
I think that faster we act, the well,
Oh, okay.
in the piece of flesh
Yeah.
that she took out, there were still roots. In
Okay,
it.
just kind of hold his head still. I don't want him waking up.
Wait, no.
I'm gonna do the morphine.
Wait, hold on. Shh.
There's mushrooms at home. At the bunker, there's lots of
And
mushrooms.
then you see
There are
him.
also mushrooms in the truck where he got the mushrooms from.
Those ones are a little gross. Just wait until we go home.
And he-
Mushrooms, okay?
He strikes down as he grabs the mushrooms and he cuts deep into him with a nat 20. I would
Can I have
like
them?
to say. Sure.
Okay.
So 10 points of damage. He cuts through 2 of the mushrooms with the first thing, and then here, and then he's like looking. You said some of that water. You want to pour some of that water? You're assisting him, right? So you
Yeah,
can
I'm
pour
gonna just
some
pour
water
it
on
on
him.
his face after. To
So
see
roll
how much
me
that helps.
2d6 for healing. Because he did about 12 points of damage. He shaved off a good portion of poor CJ's face. Because he's like, I had to cut
Pour
deep.
him some face.
I had to cut deep because I'm afraid that those roots. Look! Oh, look! I was right. He rifles to his kit and pulls some tweezers. It's like, holy shit! Look at that. There's like 4 of the roots. They're in his face. You can roll perception if you want.
Yeah.
You get a +3 because he's
14.
yeah, you see him too. Like you can see him like wiggling around.
Okay. I'm gonna still pour this water in to see maybe it'll heal his face and kill his mushrooms.
Okay, so you pour the stuff on his face and you see his skin start healing, but you also see that the mushroom root gets a little bit bigger and it gets a little bulb on it. Sam's like, stop that! You're healing those things too!
Try fire. Fireworks.
So we like
Haven't you ever seen a forest fire? It kills everything.
So he's like, whew, that's the smell of burning flesh. I don't even have to do it, and I'm smelling it from when I was in the
Do you need
military.
another calm hit?
No. Go. He grabs one of the things with the tweezers, and he's just like,
Since I'm out cold, can I grab a cigarette?
"You're gonna go have a cigarette, okay?" So you're out cold. They're performing surgery on you. He hits the big lighter,
It's just
and he starts heating up the root, and he starts pulling the thing out at the same time. He's like, "Oh my god!" Ooh. I'm gonna roll a little. Oh, he got a 4. He's like, as the smell of burning flesh.
I mean, okay.
Who's throwing up?
Sam is throwing up because of the smell of burning flesh, like because he's intricately right at CJ's cheek, holding with tweezers and burning the flesh and the thing. And
Okay, let's stop.
he couldn't do it.
Sam, let's
He's
stop.
throwing up.
We are.
Can you grab me a Coca-Cola lighter?
Sam. Why don't we stop? Let's stop. I mean, if
He got a 1 this time. He is he's dry heaving so bad.
dude, you're like the one person who has like medical expertise. I need you to pull it together.
He's just like. So this is when I had to pull burning bodies from my airplane in the desert.
Okay.
Oh, and some got in my mouth, and every time I smell burning flesh, it.
Oh, you were like a flesh eater. Oh my gosh, man.
I'll roll another saving throw for him. It's going to take him a few minutes to recover.
Okay, Sam.
He has to get out of the area, and you see him. He kind of goes and sits down on a step, just trying to recover.
All right, I'm gonna look back at CJ's face, and I want to like kind of get a sense of how active the remaining mushroom particles are to see if how much time we have before this is a major issue again.
So there's still. So he cut 2 of the 3 off. So there's roots from the 2 that are still in there, and then there's still that 4th mushroom that's on his face. You count 6 roots that are budding. They have a little. So I guess you could call them 6 small immature mushrooms. Each root.
Can I see them increasing
Oh,
in
yes.
size?
They are slowly increasing in size. The water that you used made them like probably regenerate 100 times faster. So you kind of see the water kind of dries up, and actually you notice the mushrooms are actually sucking that magical energy because you can see magic, and that's what you're seeing, Jaden, on the side of his face. You see the magical water on his face, and it literally goes into the mushrooms, and you see them bigger. Each mushroom is about that big in size, besides the giant one that is still there.
How do we produce this?
Maybe for now.
We can chop off his head.
Let's
Let's
make that plan F. But before we get
I'm gonna
there,
get those 4 steps.
Okay, you mean the tweezers?
I mean, I was gonna
Tweezers, yeah.
suggest that maybe we just leave it be.
I think what the mushrooms are
The
doing.
big one,
or-
for now, maybe, but I want to see if I can get those little ones out while I hold my breath.
I think
Because I don't want to smell burnt, CJ. That doesn't fit.
because
So, go ahead and
Burning his face. That's gonna be a.
I'm not going to burn his face. I'm just going to use tweezers, see if I can remove those roots.
Okay.
so as you get in there and you're doing the same thing you did, right? Like you're heating up the tweezers while you're grabbing the thing, so you probably won't
Yeah,
walk away.
and holding my breath while I'm like,
Yeah, you're gonna pass out. Okay, so you hold your breath and you burn a little bit, and roll me your strength, and roll me percentile dice. Unless you want my roll, I'm okay with that.
I'll take your percentile, but I'll roll my
So as you're pinching it and you're
11
burning it,
total.
all of a sudden, your psychic diagnosis
Sure.
You know exactly what's wrong with him. He has 6 parasites inside him. These things are going to start spreading. Each root of each one, like right now, each of the smaller ones have 1 root, whereas the bigger one has 3 roots.
Okay. I do also have psychic surgery.
So, everybody who's watching, this means out of character. Yes, I'm aware. That's why I had psychic diagnosis activate.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to.
11 for my strength check.
So you can roll to see if your psychic surgery will activate if you're trying. I mean, you are trying to remove these things.
Yeah. Here, I'm. Don't fail me. Oh!
Did you die?
Hello?
Just a minute. Did you fall off your chair? I gotta switch to. I'm gonna switch to your dice so that we can all see. Oh Jesus! Oh no! That is a terrible roll for Rifts.
I'm using my
Absolutely terrible for the Palladium game system. A 99.
Dave, I'm using one of my rerolls.
Ah! Yes. You may use one of your re-rolls. You have 1 left after this. Ah! 40, much better. Okay. So, remember, today we're having a special day. It means that you get to divide your roll, except that 99 and 100. That just doesn't count. Today you get to divide your roll by 3 because we are missing so many members of the party that the GM decided to be graceful and do that. So you really got, around what, 15?
13 or
13?
So well within.
That psychic diagnosis activates for that specific mushroom root that you are pulling out, and it just pulls right out. Whole root and all.
Oh, well, that's good. Good job, Jeffrey.
You have a
Thank
few
you.
more minutes of psychic surgery to use.
I'm going to keep going.
All right. So, you pull another one out. You pull all of the smaller roots out with no problem.
Good job. Thank you.
However, you pull on that big mushroom, because you think that they're all going to go smooth now, and it actually can roll a psychic save because it's being attacked. This is its lifeblood. However, it doesn't, and you pull it right out. You're like, get out of there, bastard. You see its 3 little root systems feeling around for energy. They're like.
I'm going to place it on the ground near nobody and say, Sam, I need the lighter fluid.
Sam is wigging out.
It's fine. I have some.
Did you have some?
I have it.
Is it just sitting there?
He's holding it in his hand. Did you put it on the ground?
I don't know what
I'm
he's
putting
doing.
it on the ground, but I'm keeping it on the ground. I don't know if these things can move.
So you are in physical contact with it.
Ah, fuck yes.
Roll a saving throw, please. Sorry about that horrible burp on camera. Probably sounded like a huge echo with the reverb I got going on. We are going to try to fix that reverb soon. 14.
14?
Okay, so you feel a little bit of tinkling in your fingers, and you kind of let the beast go. Once it is inert on the ground and it's in contact with asphalt, it is doing nothing. And then you pour the kerosene on it or the gasoline on it.
Yes.
I'll light it up.
So
Yep.
who heard it earlier? You. You hear basically almost telepathy in your head. This screaming, this creature is going, help me! Not when when the gasoline is poured on it. Not the fire hasn't even been put on it yet.
Oh, I haven't.
Well, yeah.
I'm about to.
So yeah, right as you're hearing that, and you
Oh.
and you see it. It lights up, and you see it expand like a marshmallow. The colors get real bright as you hear this thing being tortured and dying in agony. You're a good character.
I
And-
know, but they're yummy.
Poof! The mushroom explodes out like a piece of popcorn. And no more sounds come from the little lifeless creature.
Whoa. Can I eat it?
That was wonderful.
Please? Can I eat
I
it?
mean, go ahead. I'm gonna now.
Gonna eat it.
It tastes like ass.
Well,
You start eating it, it tastes horrible.
You burned it.
We did. It was attacking our friend. We had to.
It was so much better when it was alive.
because I was killing
There's a lot of
Oh no, I don't
benefit
eat dead
there.
persons.
And do we want to take a break? Do you guys need a break?
I'm fine, but
I don't care.
Okay, we'll continue on then.
I just really want to pee. It's like I really want to ask.
We can take a 5-minute pee break. That's okay. You already pee.
That way.
That's me.
What did you think I did?
I
Wear a diaper?
I actually didn't even see that you left because I was so focused on what I was doing.
You talked to her. She was like, I'm gonna go, and you're like, okay.
And then I asked for a Coke while you were throwing up.
Okay, so we you guys are all just kind of staring at this mess. Nynaeve's sad because you can't eat this. It tastes gross. It tastes like a shitty piece of toilet paper.
Is CJ still listening?
Oh yeah.
CJ actually comes too.
Oh. Before he comes a little too much too, I'm gonna put the well water on his face because a lot of stuff happened to his face while he was out.
Okay, and in addition, Sam had given him morphine. Remember when he was sleeping?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
So,
he's happy.
roll me a save versus non-lethal poisons.
How's Sam during all of this? Like, this
He's-
all happened.
He
Sam
is
was
recovering.
He is a mess.
Sam was
you-
unhelpful. He just kept throwing up and then complaining.
Well, I was here when I saw that. but-
Okay.
When the mushroom popped, though, you heard Sam was like laughing on the ground. You hear him back there. He's just laughing hysterically.
Hey, Sam's like not holding up okay.
He recovers and he's just like, I cannot believe that I have been in combat and I don't know what the hell happened. That burnt smell just brought back horrible memories for me. But that is hilarious. Those things pop like a piece of popcorn. I heard it from over there. It was just like a loud pop like a popcorn. We should do that to all of them.
Are you feeling okay, Nelson?
Yeah, I'm good.
Just for the
he was
record,
crying.
I can't get the taste of CJ's burnt flesh out of my nose, but I'm good.
Is he crying?
No, he's not crying.
You
He's just
look like you're crying. I don't know why.
it's probably from all the retching. He has
this.
like tears streaming down.
Yes, you know.
That just hysterically laugh.
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean Sam's a little rough right now.
Ah, so you come to, you feel the clean waters of that. How much more did you pour on? 3-4 ounces?
Yeah. I mean, I started with that and looked to see how much more healing was needed or if that did it.
It looks like he's pretty healed up.
Did his beard come back?
The beard didn't grow back. It looks like he was shaved
Oh, alright.
on that side of his face. There's just those the marks from where the mushrooms were.
Well, it's a look.
Ooh, it's a battle scar.
That was weird. What was that noise? Was that you, Jeffrey?
What?
Shot what, twice?
I heard a weird noise coming from your sound.
Hey, good.
A female voice or something.
Is that mom?
Oh, probably something in the background that my parents are doing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but Clara, and you had those mushrooms on your face. We took them off, and looks like all you got is a badge beard jump. But that's about it.
It's perfectly smooth, except you can feel the difference in your skin where the mushrooms were. There's like a little just raised flesh. It doesn't look like a scar. Like you have to look really close to see it. but it's just a little bit deviation in the skin, like.
He's too high to care. Right
Yeah,
now.
you're pretty high on morphine. You're good. You're not gonna die from it, but you're doing pretty good. Sounds like you actually see that Sam's holding the morphine doser, and it has 10 doses in there. He gave him 4, but you can see that the doser's empty.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
Why that morphine container is empty?
Oh yeah, I used the last time.
Did you?
you fucked GM. Just the look you gave me. It was great. He looks at you. Yeah. I used it earlier on. I think it was in yesterday or the day before.
Oh, you mean when
I
his face
take-
came off?
I take Karen away and I'm like, hey, could you watch Jeffrey and Sujig for a hot second? Just make sure, just sit by them, okay?
Yeah, don't go off too far though.
I take
So you take Karen
I
off.
take Karen just out of earshot.
Okay, everybody, put your earplugs in. Just kidding. Thanks.
Earshot, and I'm like, I know I'm one to talk about being a little unstable, because for the first couple of days here, or with this going on, I'm a complete wreck, but
No, there's nothing wrong with Sam.
he's making me worry.
Because he is having a tough time, but also now that tough time is turning into doing things that aren't good for the group, like using up medicine that we need.
He is the morphine, and I get that he's had that war flashback, but
He used it and also is not being honest about it, so I'm just concerned how this is gonna.
yeah.
Alright, I feel like we should just keep an eye on it and maybe check in with other people to see if they're noticing some weird stuff.
Maybe we should keep this just between us for right now. And maybe when we get back to camp, and if he continues to act strangely, we'll bring it up to others.
Yeah.
Hey,
So we
CJ,
come back to the group.
how you feeling? Hey, bud.
What?
You all right?
Oh yeah.
You know where the right end of your rifle is?
Yep.
Okay. So that's the ACO building over there. I thought maybe we'd start with that one to look for something.
Yeah.
I mean, we could also. I think.
There's
Dude,
also
you guys
that,
do
command post for the NEMA.
As high as he is.
What?
Don't worry, we also have that command post for the NEMA. There might be an armory in there.
Oh, the command post. Right. Well, we should check that out.
Yeah, I mean we're here to find at least one vehicle,
Yeah.
and we're getting weapons, and we're at the hospital. We should probably check out medical supplies, including morphine, while we're here.
Plus, they've got a truck with a giant ass fuel tank over there.
Great. So what thing do we need to go after first? Oh yeah, you suggested that we look for a vehicle first, just to make sure we have the means to transport stuff.
Yeah, but the car where Caesar fell is definitely
Yeah, no, let's not go back there.
that's not.
Yeah, that car's hot.
Are you doing okay?
I saw
Yeah.
some weird shit.
Do you need a soda? You have a soda?
I have a soda.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. Well,
I saw
we
what happened. No.
You need a Red Bull?
have no the people in the car.
I was kidding.
It was all fire and brimstone in
What's brimstone?
there.
It's a lead stone, I think. I'm not sure, but what? I'm sorry. I don't think we should go anywhere while CJ is kind of incapacitated over here.
Give him some of the well water.
Is that
resisting.
Jaden,
We did.
you hear
Yeah, we just put it on his face. We didn't have him
Something
consume
off
it.
in the
Maybe
distance.
that would work the
you
morphine
want to
out of
roll a
his system.
20-sided dice to recognize it.
Maybe?
I'm not rolling for CJ or Sam because they're rolling with morphine on board right now.
10.
Okay, so with your bonus to perception, I think you have a +3.
15.
So you heard a gunshot, 2 actually, way off in the distance.
Guys, I just heard a gunshot. Do I know which direction it's coming from?
You point in the direction it's coming from, and everybody can do your land navigation.
Sure. Oh, wait, land nav. Hold on. 23.
So those of you who know percentile dice, it's a skill, so mark it down because you get experience points for that.
I didn't.
We have 13.
13.
83.
Okay.
94.
Okay, so you guys have no idea. Raylikin's not with you anyway, so you don't really have your faculties in check for someone who's been in the valley. CJ's rolling on morphine, so you definitely have a.
I got 60 saves.
Yeah, and Sam is just like, yeah. So those of you who made your roll, definitely the 13, and what'd you get?
23.
23
10.
and 10. You point towards Hayes Hill. You guys know where Hayes Hill is? It'd be in the Cave Junction direction, down 199. You know where Cave Junction is? You know where 199 is in the hospital?
I'm very new to this area, so I don't know where most things are.
Do you know where the hospital is? What? You're that new. Okay, so 199 is the road that goes.
I mean, by the time this is happening, I know where all these things are.
Right. Do you know where the Parkway is? It's the road that goes to Walmart. You go out M Street, and the 199 is called the Parkway as it goes left towards.
I
Okay.
know there was a Walmart.
I don't
That's
remember
great.
what it is. You don't.
She also
Where did you go? So it would be on
But it's
the
okay, like,
other side. Yeah, I'm trying to explain like which direction it is to you.
it's over there somewhere.
Okay,
It's fine.
that's fine. So over towards Hayesville. Those of you who know Cave Junction area.
Okay. So you heard a gunshot.
So from the hospital, he would be pointing left
2 actually.
if he's facing the
2?
road.
Yeah.
2 in them. Yeah. There was a pop pop.
It's like we can't get a break.
It was way off in the
Let's
distance.
not hope you don't break it.
Oh, and it was way off.
Okay.
Well, at least there's somebody else around here besides us.
Alright, I mean, I'm just gonna keep listening for a minute.
You hear again? You hear the gunshots this time. Jaden, you're still aware of the gunshots. Nynaeve, you hear the gunshots. You don't hear them. CJ doesn't hear them. Sam actually goes, gunshots, everybody down! And he just jumps. He lays prone on the ground.
I was just.
And did you ever
I was distracted.
And-
by the gunshot.
Jeffrey, you hear the gunshots coming from the Hayes Hill area. These
Okay.
ones, they didn't sound much closer than the other ones before. And it was more like a zzz sound, like a automatic, not a laser, more like just an automatic weapon, but shooting really high velocity rounds.
What is going
Wait,
on?
past the.
Take cover.
Pass to that.
Past that.
Everybody take cover.
Yeah, like,
You see,
Yeah, I'm gonna.
hey, let's go to the parking garage.
Sam is saying this?
Yeah, let's go, come on, everybody,
Is that a
on me! And
good,
he runs.
is that a good idea?
He doesn't even wait for you. He goes, everybody on me!
You know what?
And
I'm gonna let him
he
go.
runs
yeah,
off.
be
What do we
careful
all-
playing.
That's not a good idea.
Sam! I call out to him. Sam!
He's like, we gotta take cover now!
I don't know if it's that
Can
close.
I try and command him? Like I'm a sergeant. Command him because he's in army mode.
You have that spell.
No.
So, you know he's rolling right now on
Yeah.
morphine. Like, he's so high.
Would he
Just
would he
can we just let him go? Like, can he just run away? It's fine, right?
But Amber, I'm so
We
sure.
shouldn't. Carbon adhesion.
20% of it.
It's Sasha's brother.
Oh my goodness, I didn't even make that
67.
connection.
Then we
Oh, now I
Doesn't-
feel more invested in this character. Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't.
Ha
He has
23
Amber.
after that.
Amber's. They're married. They're married, and Sasha's his little sister.
I didn't register these were real people,
They are
like related to actual other people.
like my mom died in the game.
Oh, I got that.
Yeah, everybody, all the NPCs are related
I
to
see. Okay.
NPCs. In case you didn't know, whoever's watching, this means out of character in my game.
That's the second time.
All right. No.
It's
Well, now.
People come in and out, so they may not have seen it before.
Yeah, I forgot. They work.
Carpet of adhesion did not go off. You
Okay, what
hear
about the
Nani
next
just
guy?
yells, carpet of adhesion! Nothing else.
Wait, what about the divide by 3?
Not on every roll, those are on special rolls.
Okay.
And
Still running?
yeah, you see him.
Sam.
It's gonna get dark and then you're gonna get eaten.
Sam.
You don't wanna go that way.
You see Sam has disappeared into the first story of the parking garage. He just disappeared into the shadow.
Oh, he's dead.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Oh no.
Ay, ay, ay.
Sam, you can't leave the rest of your.
I'm just
So
gonna
right
have
at
to
this
save
point,
him.
you guys are going to have to yell in order for him to hear you, because he's like a couple.
What's the signal for yelling?
This.
Sam.
It's not.
I'm gonna say stand down.
I'm gonna-
Sam, ambush!
I'm just gonna go in.
So you fly in. The rest of you hear the sound of what sounds like high-pitched engines.
Oh shit, right. Taking cover up by the truck, like hiding.
Okay, roll me percentile dice,
And
and then you guys hear the sound
One
again.
even.
You hear, but more of a high velocity sound. I can't make sound because my voice is incapable of it.
Alright, I'm at least gonna get down on the ground.
That?
So percentile dice to hide. Yep, everybody who's trying to hide.
42.
At 20.
31.
20, 31. So you see up in the sky, a shadow kind of passes over you guys, and you see what looks like a dragon flying about maybe 1,000 feet up, and behind it, and then one to the left of it, you see these small, human-like figures with wings sticking out of their sides. If anybody knows a picture, it's a Samus unit, both of them, and they are dodging in and out of this dragon's path and firing their railguns at it. One of them is only about 500 feet above you when he just flies overhead, and he fires. You see two missiles fire off and go towards the dragon. You guys see explosions occur. Must have hit the dragon because about 4 seconds later, big drops of blood and gook start hitting around the area. You see the dragon had banked to the left. But once it was hit, all of a sudden you don't see anything but except pieces and chunks of stuff raining down on you guys. Roll a perception. So what did you get for your high? Your percentile is
42.
13.
your percentile roll.
It was 31.
I went into the parking structure.
Mine was 39.
48.
20 even.
Okay, so you guys are all good. You guys are pretty hidden away as you see chunks. So going opposite of the way that Sam ran, you see a trail of chunks and blood kind of hit off in spots about every 100 feet. You see just this thing of blood splat on the ground, but you don't see the dragon anymore. And then you see the Samus units are flying almost in a search pattern. You hear the high-pitched sounds of their engines. They don't appear to have noticed you all.
I'm gonna stay in. What's
Yeah,
what I'm gonna do?
I'm like processing what I'm seeing right now.
You process what you see. Processing. Okay, so
That is right for the Iron Man belief.
it takes a good 10 minutes for the Samus units to go away, and where you can no longer hear their engines or see them.
I'm gonna try and make a note of which way they go off. Like, do they go back south?
You are hiding, so make a perception. You're -4.
Okay.
0, a big 0.
Big 0.
You have no idea which direction they went. You were hidden from them, so you couldn't see what was going on.
Yep. Makes sense.
You fly into the darkness,
Uh-huh.
and you don't see Sam.
Sam?
But you hear something.
Sam?
That's all you hear.
Are you crying because you're scared?
You search for him?
Yeah.
Roll a 20-sided die.
I can check out the strawberries. Blueberries.
So you fly around in the darkness. It takes you a couple minutes. They're waiting for they're waiting for the dragon to pass and the Samus to go away, and you're just flying around these woods. Is that empty?
There's that one piece left.
Who wants that? Anyone? No one? Okay, so you find him, and he's facing a corner. His weapon is on the ground about 14 feet from him. His pants look like he's peed himself.
Is there anything around him?
You hear it. And you see 2 eyes.
My bolt.
Perception. Or initiative. I'll give you
18.
Okay, so you have initiative over this creature, but you see these 2 eyes, so you do Mind Bolt.
Yeah.
Pow! The most powerful one?
Yes.
Okay, mark down how much ISP that takes you. And roll your to strike. I believe it's a +4.
It is.
Where did that go?
You know,
How can you miss?
I believe you were bought in like a dice rolling tray.
17. And let me
Really?
see. Do you want me to roll again?
17 is fine. You do your Mind Bolt. Roll your damage. You can roll for max damage. You are point blank range. If you guys want to use max damage.
Shit, 87.
87, so just roll your 2d4.
$50. 5.
5?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's not 50, it's 5.
No, I thought you. Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
no multiplier. Remember,
Right.
Mind Bolt is actually a pretty weak weapon, but it's good for first to third players, which is just fine. It's a great weapon for squishies. However, remember you do get double. It's double. You're so close to a ley line, so you do 10 points of damage. Your Mind Bolt smashes into this creature, rocking it backwards. It falls from its spot where it was kind of nestled on the wall, and it falls down off the top of the building. And it's You see it start getting up. You have another action because it's you injured it pretty good.
Hey Dave, I'm gonna go get some food. I'll be back in a bit.
Okay.
Hold on.
Remember, you don't get Sisar until level 3. Are you level 3?
No one wants to. Kinetic punch.
TK punch.
TK punch.
Okay.
1.
You got a whole one. So you're like, ah! And you fly right past him. Okay, so when's your next action? Because you have 4, right?
I do.
Okay, so you went on 18 and 12, and now you get to go on 9, I believe.
I go on 14.
So 18 and 14. So you took your 14 action. What's your next action? It still doesn't go. It's still you got 8 with its bonuses. So go. What are you doing this time?
Fireball.
Fireball?
Uh-huh.
Bolts or balls?
Bolt.
Firebolts. Okay. Roll to strike.
19.
Nice. You light it up with a firebolt. You hit it in the wound where you broke open its chest and roll for max damage. You're literally like 4 feet away from it.
48.
48. You did max damage. So firebolt, I believe, is 40, 24 points of damage. So, but since you're on a ley line, it's doubled. And
So this is an old sheet because I don't have my firebolt on here, but I always use it. So
that is your niche sheet. And you're using it from an old character. So you don't have firebolt.
I do now.
No, you don't.
I
Please,
pretended this whole time.
you need to become familiar with your character sheets.
Yes, I know.
So
Can I just do TK punch then?
yes, you may do TK punch instead.
Okay.
Okay, so you still got a 17 for TK punch.
Nice.
You did firebolt and TK punch came out.
Yes.
Doing damage?
Well, it's max damage, so it would be
You can't do max damage with a punch.
46 plus 1.
So 4d6 plus 1.
$16.
16 points of damage. You do a good uppercut to its jaw. You hear its neck kind of crack a little bit. The creature kind of goes limp on the ground. And you notice that you separated its vertebrae from its neck.
Oh, that's cool.
You fly over and you do that. You see its hand move a little bit.
Oh, I take Sam and go.
You can't pick Sam up.
No, I know. Come on, Sam.
He is shivering, shaking in the corner. You notice his eyes are all whited over. Like his eyes have flipped up behind his head. And he must be under some kind of trance. And he just didn't.
Oh boy. That's not good.
Roll a perception.
Seven.
Never mind. Not a very good perception, but you're fine.
Can I see?
Nothing.
Oh.
It's a 7.
Oh, okay. Sam.
Nothing is working on him. Your little fairy slap does nothing. It doesn't disturb him at all. He's just shivering.
Fairy dance?
You start doing the fairy dance.
Uh-huh.
He's unaffected by it. you.
No! Dodge or no?
Do you have Sixth Sense?
I do not.
No, no dodge. It grabs you. As it pulls you down, you see its neck is all regenerating really quick.
No.
That also, the other wound that it had in its chest has
Oh.
already closed up. He's snitching. Initiative.
Ah! 18.
So you still have initiative.
Nope, sorry, 12. 12. Sorry.
He has a 10. Sorry.
15. So, okay.
He's just looking at you.
Ah,
You see
yeah.
drool coming from his mouth. You see his nasty, unbrushed teeth. This human hasn't brushed his teeth in like 300 years. He's definitely acclaimed, but he looks psychotic. He doesn't look like he has any like mental faculties.
Like a Wendigo almost. Like smaller, but like.
No,
Um,
you're not there, so I can't really describe it to you. I'm sorry.
I'm just picturing a Wendigo.
The closest reference would be an I Am Legend creature from the movie I Am Legend.
It's funner to picture a Wendigo.
Oh.
I love that show, by the way.
Oh. Circle of flame. Around us.
What's that building do? You do circle of flame?
Yeah, the
Roll
light.
it. Roll it. So you do a circle of flame around you and this being?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll percentile dice to see if it casts.
60.
60. Oh, sorry, 20 said it. And then the 60 does not. You don't learn it.
16.
16 it casts. Circle of flame goes around you. I will roll to see if it has any effect on the beast. It does. It has effect on it, but he has a grip on you, and he's freaking out. And he's crushing you while he's like anger. He's clenching his fists.
My fault.
You take 6 points of damage as he's like trying to crush you. And roll me a saving throw versus pain before you throw out that mind bolt.
What is that?
He's like, 20 die.
Can we
14.
I'm ready for you guys right now. Oh my gosh. You guys this is mid-drop of the pieces of dragon meat and muff that's hitting the ground. So you guys are really on that. That could be the dragon's roar, actually. And it sounds close. None of you made your GM roll. What'd you get?
14.
14? Okay. So you are able to throw out your mind bolt, roll a strike. You're touching him, so BAM! On a ley line.
Well, good.
So you do 16 points of damage, max damage times 2. His head explodes into nothing
Now!
as his body falls backwards.
Boom! Bitch! Stay down!
Nice.
She must have found the DVDs down in the basement.
Hopefully it wasn't her secret collection.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Sam is still weeping in the corner.
Is there any more now that I have the circle of flame up?
No, this is the only one there was in this whole area. It looks larger, more animalistic, and it has weapon appendages. It actually has 4 appendages. Two of them are not hands. They're almost like sword appendages, and they're kind of actually were folded up. We are filming.
Got it.
Sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Okay, it has appendages that were folded back behind it, and we're gonna take a break real quick.
So I want you to go pick up the dog.
Kid, aren't you?
No, I'm so far to stay here with you.
Huh?
I'm so far to stay here with you.
Alright. Yep.
Sound like a guy's voice.
No, that was a lot.
Don't tell her I said that.
I think it's prom night. This is where I am. I don't like people enough to live on. It's just stupid.
How old are you?
14, but still.
Wrong.
I'm a freshman.
Wow, you're young.
Take the dog out, get in.
I'm 15.
So something. It's like a freaking zoo out there.
Hey, lady. Yes. Oh, you're getting like crazy. You're sweet. You are. Cat's gonna be pretty jealous when we get home.
Now, I don't know if they can hear us while we are on our break, so I'm just going to turn the master off. Oh, my God.
It was that important, huh?
What's that?
I said it was that important, huh?
What's that?
Hold on.
Yeah, let's take a little break. Like, I told my kids, when that door is closed on Saturday, it means we're filming, like. Drives me nuts. We can open this. It's open. We're not filming right now. What time is it?
Let's see. We got almost 11.
You guys want to take a 10-minute break, or you can go smoke? Any questions that the GM can answer out of it, like while we're here?
No, but is there some system of like reimbursement or support for all of the dinners that you provide for us?
You guys can put donations. Yeah.
Because there's like it just seems unbalanced that I keep getting free food here.
A lot of people donate in the past to it, and then I just use it to buy more food.
Once every while, we'll have like a potluck.
Usually all the time.
Yeah. Well, there are some occasions when we really
Yeah.
do a potluck. Everybody brings something different. We have
But taking off that mushroom counted as a skill or hand to hand.
Well, it's a hand-to-hand strike. You did roll to see if you did. I mean,
it'd be like a
it's a skill.
Yeah.
It'd be surgery or field surgery, but
or
it's with a knife, so it's
weaponry
not.
knife.
Nobody was telling you anatomy, how to cut it off and stuff. It's
But
so,
you did right.
it's a kill.
It's a kill.
As long as
So
I
have
wasn't
one
the kill,
kill and a
fine.
You guys can have it as a kill. that was
Cool.
that was cool. That was good.
Then we have a
I
good
think-
kill for the.
I think we should clip that the mushroom thing and the naive fight, and I think I'll do a clip of those.
Dude, what did you do with my chocolate?
It was cute. It was a
I
fun.
put it in the
Although I think I
fridge.
have a knife.
In the
Yeah,
fridge?
I thought I put it in here.
Make a montage of
I guess I didn't. What did I do with it?
iron morphing.
It might be right back where it was, actually.
Is it still on
Not
the
too
table?
far
You
away.
put it back in my drawer?
It might be on the table.
But
Was it on the table?
Yeah. No, it was on the drawer. My drawer.
Oh, no. Yeah, I must have set it on the table. I got distracted.
It was there when you were doing the makeup. Where?
On the kitchen table.
That was funny,
It's gone
guys.
now.
Somebody ate it then. Go beat the children. I'm kidding. Jeez.
Like, do not blame us. We have done nothing wrong.
The teenage girls probably ate it.
Yeah.
Hey, Jade, when I was 10 years old, I had bought a poncho from Mexico. It's too small for me. Do you want it?
Sure.
Okay, I'll bring it next week.
Cool.
You always got a blanket and stuff. You put that on, you're good. You don't need a blanket.
Ponchos are good.
It'll keep you nice and warm.
What's this one's name?
Shadow.
That is Shadow.
Oh, he's precious.
Although it looks like he's going bald on his tail.
You could always order pizza one day too to if you want. Or,
Hey, are we still coming over on Tuesday?
yes, I was hoping to have that work day, and then I can, if they're gonna come, I can catch them up with what happened, and maybe we can film what you guys are doing, what they were doing.
This is really good sessions.
But they don't get triple anything.
You get triple A.
They get jack. Are they coming tonight, or are they totally fucked up?
I think they fucked themselves up real good.
Yeah.
Shawnee brought her entire backpack, so you know they did something.
Well, I mean, they did tell me about a month and a half ago.
Told you a long time ago.
Yeah. So I mean, we weren't filming then too, so I can't
I
really.
think it's just the fact that you were a little late that kind of tipped everything off. Not to put the blame on
I
you.
know. I know. I thought I had put it on the thing. No, I'm not shifting blame.
Is your sister in school? No, she graduated already. And Sasha missed the turn-in date for college, so she's gonna have to wait.
Oh yeah, for OSU.
Yeah. Which sucks. She was disappointed.
She could always go to Rogue
She could always go.
for the year or the term.
Yeah.
Because
How old is everybody?
My sister is 19 going on 20. I'm 14 going on 50. She 15, not 50.
14 going on 50. Oh God, that's an achy back.
I missed the good 30s. 15 going on 30.
You missed the 30s, yeah. Those are good
30s.
years.
So,
Jaden's 10. I'm 44.
How old is
I'm oldest. Sure.
How old is Sasha? She's
Sasha's 20 going on 21.
Thank you. I thought I was like, is she 21? I can't remember.
Becca's 35. CJ's 35. 32. Terry's 65. Larry, I think he's 60. But he's not here. And Lyndall is 22. Jeffrey, sorry.
You call him Lyndall. I never got this word about him.
So it was in a game where it was like his first play yourself game, and there was another guy. There was an NPC named Kindle,
Yeah.
and he tried to name himself something very similar. So somebody started calling him Lyndall, meaning lesser Kindle. So it just stuck, and it just won't leave my brain. So it's just like it's in there. He thinks it's insulting sometimes because Lyndall the Betrayer was a horrible person. But me, it's just it's his first character name, so it just sticks in there. It's not meant as a insult.
I was talking about the caramel chocolate bar.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. I thought I put it. I thought, what the? This cat. I thought I put it in the fridge because it was. Did I throw it in the freezer?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't know you put it in the fridge.
Yes, I put it in the fridge to keep it from melting because it was getting soft. I'm gonna take these out real quick. Oh, this game is going pretty good for starting late. I think so.
Stop at midnight though. I do that.
Save gets too high.
Huh?
Save gets too high. Get past that with reality.
Yeah, exactly.
So
No.
what's the meaning of life? What do you mean?
Do you like mushrooms? I like mushrooms.
Yeah, especially those typical mushrooms.
Shadow, what are you doing, weirdo?
It's being cute. I like his
Sounds
little
good.
ears and his big head. It's cute. Very disproportionate and cute.
Well, he used to be 40 pounds. So, yeah. He used to have a very small looking head. Huh. Yes. Yeah, now you're just an old cat.
Now he looks like he would be 20 pounds.
You can move him if he's
No, everything's great.
invading your space.
He still has
Don't
the
you
my
mind
cat.
just take this back?
Thank you.
It's not like that.
What does Shadow dandruff do?
What?
What does dandruff do?
It's
Nothing,
just
honey.
No.
It's just like skin cells, but with animals. Some people can be allergic
No.
to the dandruff. So sorry, this
That's okay.
it's funny.
Oh.
He loves boxes, and he has very, very orange eyes. It's one of my favorite pictures I've taken of him.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, he looks like Tiberius.
It does. It's very cute and very annoying. Whenever I leave the house, he runs around the house with nails.
Oh no.
We've had him since he was 2 weeks. It's very,
This one was an old lady's, and she, right before she died, she put in her will that I was to get this cat. And because I was working, well, I was working at the assisted living that she was in, and he was just, we just liked each other, huh? Yeah, we did. That was gonna give you a good home. Yeah.
he's really, really long. Like when I pick him up, he's like that long.
Oh,
He's very big, so whenever he's cleaning himself, he sits like this.
how funny. Oh my goodness.
It's like a little
He's like older than me.
Alright, I'll be right back.
What time is it?
It's almost 11. Too old.
Lay down.
Alright, so what I missed.
Nothing yet.
Just talking about cats.
You died again.
You got your free. You have the shocker again. Oh, that, and you're put in a room with a black couch.
And everybody knows Lyndall the Betrayer.
Well, you know what?
What?
The dog hair.
I got fish and
More
pizza.
allergic to dog hair.
Oh, what kind?
Nothing off the menu. Super modified combo.
Nice. Lay down. Hey,
So
now
did
we
you
all
move
got
up here from California?
No. I lived in Chicago before this.
Wow.
But I was in California before that.
Wow, that's cool.
You came back in here, Tom.
Oh,
Can't help it. You want love.
I know. Come here, I need to throw you out.
He has toothpaste on his.
Oh, I love you, but you're like losing all your fur in my game room.
That's why I
Bye.
don't allow cats in my room.
Okay. And we are back. Alright, welcome back. We were just on a break, and we just left off where you guys, well, Nanive had just defeated the claimed Reaper, and the other guys are laying outside of the parking garage in the hospital parking lot, and they are laying prone. They saw pieces of something falling all over the ground. You guys have now like kind of gotten up and looked around, and you do see that it's definitely blood of some sort. It has a weird sapphire glint to it as you see the sun kind of shimmering, and it interacts with the light line. You touch the blood.
Well, I'm so high right now that everything's pretty.
Okay, so yeah, morphine doesn't have that bad of an effect, but
I don't be. I'm not on morphine.
you touch it,
I've never had it, so it's probably.
you look, and it kind of is shimmering on your hands.
Weird.
Roll me. What's that? Saving throw. 20 back.
17.
Okay. You're like, oh my gosh.
Oh,
Wow, we're pretty killers. And you look up, and you just kind of see your eyes kind of white over as you feel like yourself, you're brought to another plane of existence, and all you see is this huge fiery, or like white fire though, a white fiery head of a dragon with 9 sets of eyes looking at you and saying, "Do not fail me again, Vacha." As his hand extends out to you and touches you. Wow. And you guys hear he's on the ground. He's just, and then you see like a weird point of light develop on his forehead, and then it goes away, and he comes to, and you're not high as hell anymore. You're just like,
Whoa, what happened?
Are you okay? Are we still hiding?
you actually have a +8 to toxins and poisons right now.
Are we still hiding? Just come to
You guys have gotten up from your hiding places because the vehicles have left, the sandwiches have gone. There's no sign of any enemies, and you guys were just kind of examining the splotches of blood on the ground and what was going on. And Vacha has this weird revelation. You actually saw in Vacha's eyes when he was laying out there going, ah, like it looked like white flames in his eye. And once he woke up, it was gone.
What the hell just happened?
Nynaeve flies out.
What happened to you?
Oh, well, it was really cool. So I killed something.
All poisons.
Resolved it.
And that will last for
Your CM is not good.
which level?
Oh,
No,
jeez.
no,
What's
he's
your
bad.
yourself level?
He's
0.
No,
like-
at least level 1.
not even looking up
It'll last for
I
24
think
hours
he's
to
looking
level.
at the back of his
your-
head
for your self-care.
because
You-
it's all
you
white.
did,
on the
when you did
front.
time, but that
And
was-
he's shaking.
so when you
and-
ripped it
Well,
through,
I figured that's what they were.
yeah, now you play yourself OCC.
Oh,
Okay.
So
what did the claim?
cross out
And I
level
won.
1 though, because you don't.
And I made
Were there more claims?
Oh,
So
no,
there's at
just
least
level
two,
one.
so
Oh,
that
okay.
makes
Yeah, but you guys have to
add it
come and see my body, but also go and get him.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
CJ, are you coming with us? I'm gonna say he is.
This is the one that's
So
because of
villain.
this game. So you basically-
We're all just gonna go, right?
so
We're
you
all
guys
gonna
have
go
to-
group.
Trevor,
I'm gonna go see what's up with
So
Sam
that-
because she just came back and
said she killed something.
there's some serious issue with him, and also there's a claim in there that she says she killed.
I killed it. It's my kill. I get one.
And then you get your roll for the engagement since you're here at this game. Divide that by 3. It's 30. So just put 30. So you didn't make that one.
So
But,
I
you
wonder
know,
what
if
time
you-
it's in some game.
Okay.
Like,
if you make
I think
it
it-
down, you just have to-
Well, it was 11 when we
If you wanna
started,
use
so it
this
must be
as-
like 11:04.
right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, you can choose that.
Okay.
And that is when he touches your forehead like that, you envision yourself with that spirit.
Gotcha.
We as a group are going to check on Sam upon hearing that he is in rough shape and also that there was a recently killed claim.
So
I killed it.
you guys go into this dark scene, and it's dark where she takes you back. Like you don't even like you can see in the dark.
No, I know,
They
but the ring of fire's not on there.
Oh, the ring of fire is burning, but it's a low candle. It's only about 15 candles now. It's dying down.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. Well, I
But-
have a headlamp that I'm gonna put on right now.
So you're like, BAM!
Ding dong
And you put on your headlamp, and you see Sam is in the corner still. He's facing the corner, and you see the Reaper. Like it's a much larger claim, with 4 appendages. 2 are normal hands. The other ones look
What?
almost like wings, but they're actually blades that they come out, and they almost like the spider claws.
Yep. Yep.
Its
"Damn!"
head is completely gone from its body, and you find pieces of like skull, and you can find about 20% of the thing that turns the claim into the claim, but you can tell it's been killed and destroyed.
This one thing?
Yeah. I was like, stay down, and then it did it.
I don't
Good.
think
So
that's a
You,
claim. It
um,
does not look like a normal claim.
no, you're magical.
Oh.
You actually, Jay, as she reminds you guys what she says when she said stay down, you actually see about 5 minutes in the past, and you kind of see this battle happen
Oh crap.
between her and this creature, and you could see that when she had blasted its head off. Right before that, it had those other appendages out that she wasn't aware of, and it was about to just like full on hit her. You saw some kind of weird energy flowing down those appendages, but then she blew its head off and it fell over dead and shriveled up a little bit.
Whoa.
What?
And that is a Reaper,
What is it?
acclaimed a Reaper.
I
So-
put that together.
So mark down on your character that you killed a claimed Reaper. And when you do your XP, remember, you gotta go on to Google Classroom and do your XP so that I can give you XP.
Yes.
What's wrong?
I think it's a Reaper. I think Nala told us about them when it was happening. You know the dragon cat.
Mm-hmm.
She told us about the Reapers and how they came after the claimed, and I like look at the body and like that's a Reaper, and it could have killed Naive before she killed it.
But I was quicker.
So remember.
I was
because
good.
you
Yeah,
guys-
you were.
Yes.
Good job.
Yeah.
Next time, if there's something like that that's coming after you, if you can, call for some backup just in case. We don't want you to
Yeah,
die.
that's.
Oh yeah, no, I did. I said help, and
You get a DC plus 1 for
And then
Yeah.
it caught you.
you actually get it.
yep, it did. Heck
So that X is actually 7 for 1
I
on your XP.
no.
You actually get.
But yes, you were right.
actually get
That's how it
rewards
happened.
Sorry.
Just not hit points.
Is Sam still in there? Sorry. I'm just.
Oh, okay,
Sam's
sure.
having some
So
sort of
that's a 6
episode.
if you can keep that.
I even hit him. Nothing.
I just put it here on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you add it to your 30.
I'm still
So
like a
you
little
add
pig
it
out
down
after
to
what I just saw. I'm just like,
So basically, remember, because you guys are unpracticed, your abilities take double the normal amount, unless it's a natural ability. So, but when you're on the ley line, that can cancel out.
Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm checking what time it is on my phone.
You look on your phone. It is 12:31.
Even that one's not bad. That's pretty decent. Got a mushroom attack on the face.
Yeah, the mushroom surgery took some time.
PM. Yes.
Yeah.
Not AM, Jaden.
I don't think.
Not early in the morning. PM. So it's afternoon.
Oh.
You're a little hungry. Your stomach is rumbling. You're a kid, so that doesn't. The rest of you are kind of just standing around looking at this creature. Sam
Yeah.
is in the corner still. He has not shown any sign of coming out of this weird
I go with
catatonic.
Sam.
Again, you see his eyes are all whited over. You gotta do an exam of him. As you examine him, you can go ahead and roll first aid, we'll say. You're just trying to assess.
Is that a skill?
Yes, it is. Percentile dice. So you're just visually looking over him, and you see right here in his collarbones, he has these huge, like, you know, when you get a sore throat, your lymph nodes kind of get big.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like just swollen lymph nodes in his right here, and you can see where something it looks like bee stings, where something had hit right here, and they look like goiters actually,
Oh,
huge
jeez.
things, almost the size of not quite the size of a tennis ball, but in between like a golf ball and a tennis ball.
Hey Jay,
Yeah.
can you come look at this?
Yeah. I'm still kind of like hazy from like what just happened, and then so I walk over.
So you
So
see
what's
this same thing. You see these goiters.
Yeah, look at this guy's. I mean, this whole thing is a mess. But look at like the by his neck. There's some sort of like bee stings on either side of his neck.
Yeah, they're sore, angry looking,
So
you
I
know,
like
hot to the touch.
look back to the Reaper's body, and then I look back and I'm like, I think that thing did